Join me as I dive into the creepiest, scary stories from the middle of nowhere and see if I can survive the night without getting too spooked. There's something unsettling about stories that come from the desolate corners of the world where the wind howls through the trees and the only sound is the creaking of old wooden signs. It's as if fear lurks in every shadow, waiting to pounce on the unsuspecting traveler who dares to venture into the unknown. Facing the unknown is a daunting task, and it's the central challenge that makes stories from isolated places so terrifying. When we're thrust into the wilderness, stripped of our comfort and security, our imaginations run wild, and the fear factor multiplies. The isolation, the darkness, and the eerie silence all combine to create an atmosphere that's perfect for breeding fear. Our deepest fears often lie in the unknown, and when we're forced to confront them, our minds can play tricks on us. We start to imagine things that aren't there, and the line between reality and paranoia becomes blurred. It's this fear of the unknown that makes us question our own sanity, and that's what makes these stories so spine-tingling. The unknown can be a powerful catalyst for fear, and when we're surrounded by the vastness of nature, our vulnerability is amplified. It's no wonder that stories from rural settings have a way of getting under our skin, making us wonder what lurks in the shadows and what terrors lie beyond the tree line. There was this one story about a group of friends who decided to camp in the woods, despite the warnings from the locals. As they sat around the campfire, they started to hear strange noises in the darkness, and soon they realized that they were not alone. The sounds got louder and closer until they saw a figure emerging from the trees. Let's just say that they never made it back to civilization. Another story that still sends shivers down my spine is about a woman who drove through a desolate highway at night. As she stopped at a rundown gas station, she noticed that the attendant seemed off. His movements were jerky, and his eyes seemed to bore into her soul. She managed to escape, but the experience left her shaken, and she never drove on that highway again. It's about a family who moved into an old farmhouse on the outskirts of town. They soon discovered that the house had a mind of its own, and strange things started to happen. Doors would slam shut on their own, and disembodied voices would whisper in the dead of night. It was as if the house was trying to tell them something, but they couldn't decipher the message. But the most shocking story that I've come across is about a group of hikers who stumbled upon an abandoned town deep in the woods. As they explored the ruins, they discovered that the town had been abandoned decades ago. But the strange thing was that the buildings seemed to be waiting for them. The doors were open, the furniture was arranged as if the inhabitants had just left, and the air was thick with an eerie sense of expectation. It was as if the town was waiting for them to uncover its dark secrets. These stories all share a common thread, the fear of isolation and the terror that lurks in the unknown. When we're alone in the wilderness, we're forced to confront our deepest fears, and that's what makes these stories so chilling. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of fear. If you've got a scary story to share or a topic you'd like me to explore in a future video, leave a comment below. And if you want more chilling content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay spooky.